everybody, this is dHunter bringing another action figure video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, I wanted to share my bottom 5 McFarlane DC Multiverse figures of 2023. Now, this list is going to be my personal preference for a lot of different reasons, not necessarily the worst action figure, worst constructed action figure, but just the ones that I have the least amount of joy in, that are on my shit list, and are just the ones that I think suck the most that came out in the past year. I'm really curious, what do you guys think about my bottom 5 list? I'm sure some people are going to say, oh, those are my top 5 list, but that's what an opinion is. Everyone's different. So, in front of you are all my contestants for bottom 5 McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Some of them are stinkers, a lot of paint variants here, and I'll take a second to just tell you what I don't like about each and every one. So let's start with the top row, and we'll go from the left to right. The Jokerized Tim Drake Red Robin. Now, I kind of like the Jokerized stuff, and I kind of don't at the same time, but I thought the color scheme on this guy was just kind of weak as a whole. Just not impressed. The actual Red Robin figure is fantastic, but this one here, I don't know. I think the Jokerized figures, they should look a little bit creepy, a little bit more Jokerized, a big red smile. I don't know, the paint, colors, just don't really do it for me. Next, we have Red Arrow. Now, the figure itself is not exactly bad, and it's the first time they made a Red Arrow figure, but I am just really not a fan of this new 52 or whatever version of Red Arrow this is. I don't like the baseball cap. There are a ton of versions of Red Arrow and Arsenal and Speedy that I do like. This is not one of them. Then we have the Flash movie Supergirl. Now, first of all, in the movie, Supergirl was okay at best. I thought the actress was bland, didn't do too much for me. It sucks that she replaced Henry Cavill. I think the figure itself, not that good. She's top heavy with this cape. Feet are flat, I just don't like it. The face sculpt doesn't look anything like the actress. I don't like the hair. It is cool to put her next to the Henry Cavill Superman, but eh. Then we have Batman as Green Lantern, the Platinum Chase variant, transparent green version. Now, he's one of the ones I contemplated taking off this list because I've kind of grown on me a little bit. He reacts to blacklight, looks cool. You can use him for a lantern construct. But as a whole, I thought he was a dumb chase. Then, Collect a Build, Dark Knight Trilogy, Jokerized Bane. Once again, the colors just don't work for Bane. They look dumb. Then we have the Sketch, black and white version of the Batman Who Laughs. I also thought about taking him off the list because he's kind of grown on me as well. Not that bad, although far inferior to the regular The Batman Who Laughs. Then we have the Blacklight edition of the Infinite Frontier Scarecrow. I just think that color scheme looks so dumb on that Scarecrow, and honestly, I'm not a fan of that Scarecrow design to begin with. And this version, once again, way inferior to the regular. We have the Patina variant of Superboy Prime. Now, I was never a fan of the Superboy Prime figure. Just thought it wasn't very good. And to make a variant of a figure that didn't sell well, it was on clearance at the McFarlane Toy Store, at Target and Walmart, all those different places, surprises me. Although, the Patina paint job is actually not that bad. Then we have Aqualad. I am not a fan of this figure of Aqualad. Now, I'm really happy to get this Aqualad. I like this version of Aqualad, but not this version of Aqualad. I absolutely hate the face sculpt, the lips, the hair. Just doesn't do it for me at all. Now on to the next row. We have the Injustice 2 Batman from the 3-pack. The Injustice 2 Batman, not so bad, but the one from the 3-pack is horrible. I don't know why they thought that making him half yellow was a good idea at all. Then, of course, the Blacklight version of the Infinite Frontier Joker. I don't like this paint job at all on the Scarecrow or the Joker. Now, it works more on the Joker than the Scarecrow. Just doesn't do it for me. Then we have the Dark Knight Trilogy, Jokerized Nolan Batman. I thought about taking him off the list too. Now, at first, I really didn't like the head, the Joker paint scheme on him, etc., 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 but he has grown on me over time. Then, the Sketch, black and white version of the Rebirth Superman just doesn't do anything for me. Now, the Rebirth Superman as a figure is mediocre at best, had the boot issue, etc. And the black and white version I like even less than the regular one. And it's on that infected body that we've seen so many times. Then we have the Sonar Heath Ledger Joker from The Dark Knight. I can't believe they would actually make a figure of this. It's transparent, it's like a Force Ghost. The only redeeming quality is he reacts to black light and does look pretty cool like that. Then we have the goofy head sculpt, Rebirth Superman. Enough said, it's on the infected body, and that head sculpt, my word, it's so dumb. Then we have the Platinum Chase variant of the Collector's Edition, Return of Superman. He's sort of kryptonite poisoned. Now it looks dumb. The big, huge, bulky body is not appropriate for this guy. The green skin makes him look like a dumb, brute Shrek, or maybe Hulk in cosplay pretending to be Superman. He does glow in the dark, which is a cool feature, but not cool enough to offset my opinion on him. Then we have the Flashpoint Aquaman. The face sculpt, I really, really, really do not like it. I get what they're going for, angry Aquaman, but it could have been such a good figure. Then the Platinum Chase variant of the Collector's Edition, Alan Scott Green Lantern. He's like half green. It's like the opposite of that Injustice Batman. I just don't like it. He does glow in the dark, and there's some cool stuff there, but it just looks bad. And then the Flashpoint Superman. Albeit fairly accurate to the Flashpoint story, he's just such a skinny version of Superman, and I don't think it works very good in action figure form. Just think he looks bland, boring, and insignificant. Coming in at number 5, this is the Flashpoint Aquaman. I nicknamed him Dick-Sucking Aquaman. Here's a little clip from my original video. Now, I get what they were going for, an angry, screaming Aquaman head fighting the Amazons, but he just doesn't do it for me. Usually screaming heads in action figure does not come out well. Almost every time it looks bad. And this could have been such a good Aquaman figure. The color scheme, the details, the scaling. If his head was just a little bit different, he would have been fantastic, and that makes it even more insulting. Coming in at number 4, this is the Page Puncher Aquaman Wave Aqualad. Now I was really happy to get an Aqualad figure, specifically this version of Aqualad. I love him in Young Justice, but I really don't like his head sculpt. It's actually very well done and detailed, but just doesn't do it for me. I don't like his lips, I don't like his face, I don't like his hair. He looks like a freaking drag queen. He looks like Whoopi Goldberg to a point. Like I said, the detailing is actually kind of good on the hair. I don't like the highlights, it's sort of blonde. There's just so much about him I don't like, but I call this guy Drag Queen Aqualad. Coming in at number 3 on my list, this is going to be the goofy head sculpt Rebirth Superman. This is from a 2-pack with Ultraman, and that Ultraman is actually better than the single release. But this guy's face is just so goofy. It's like he just smelled his own fart and is waiting for everyone else to smell it, and it just looks so dumb. The head is way too far down in the neck. I've seen some people use a different peg, raise the head up, and it looks a little bit better, but look at that face. It's just so goofy and so dumb. If they had made this guy in all green as a Platinum Chase variant, that might be the worst figure in the world. But as it stands, this guy's my number 3. Here's my number 2 figure. This is the Flashpoint Superman. Now I'm familiar with the Flashpoint story. I know that Superman was sort of kept away from the Red Sun. He was very skinny, very similar to what they did Supergirl in the Flash movie. But as a figure, I don't like him. He's on the John Kent body, and I'm not a fan of that body. The head sculpt is actually not that bad. I think it maybe actually looks better than the one from the comic. But as a whole, this is a bitch Superman. All the other figures in my McFarlane collection bitch slapped this guy to death. And then finally, my number 1 ultimate worst McFarlane DC Multiverse figure of 2023. This is the Injustice 2 Batman. But not only that, this is the one from the 3-pack. This one has yellow on his left side, and it looks like absolute shit. It is garbage. This figure is so dumb. Based off the collector's card and the sort of large oversized card that came with this guy, it's supposed to be yellow light shining on him, and it looks so dumb on the action figure. It looks like he's covered in mustard or someone took a piss all over this guy. I cannot believe somebody at McFarlane Toys thought this looked good and the entire team allowed this to go through. Why, oh why, oh why would they ever release a Batman that looks so bad? The regular Injustice 2 Batman isn't that bad. He's not perfect. He's not my top 10 Batman or anything, but he's not my bottom 10 either. But this one here is the worst McFarlane DC Multiverse figure they released in 2023. By far. So overall, that was a really quick look at my bottom 5 2023 McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. I love the McFarlane DC Multiverse line, as I'm sure most of you know. I praise the figures, praise the line, praise the scale, praise the articulation, etc. But there are definitely some stinkers out there, a bunch of duds. I didn't want to pick all paint variations, as most of my bottom 5 are actually not paint variations, just releases that have flaws or things that I personally don't like. These are not the worst constructed figures, and I'm sure some people really like some of these figures. I get it, everyone's opinion is different, but these are figures that, I don't want to say I find offensive, but that Batman, I damn sure find him offensive. It's such a stupid figure. I'm really curious, what are your bottom few figures of 2023 for McFarlane? Please drop me a line in the comments below. I love hearing other people's opinions. I'm sure some people hate some of the figures that I love, and some people love some of the figures that I hate. That's just the way it is. Everyone's different. That's why we're all different collectors, and I love hearing opinions out there. So what do you guys think about my list? Do you guys think I'm being overdramatic? Do you guys think some of the figures weren't worthy of being on this list? Do you understand my reasoning for all the figures I showed that were contestants for this list? This is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure videos from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.